Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about our latest acquisition, a 1956 Ford Sunliner convertible. Oh my goodness, talk about one of my favorite cars. We'll give you all the details in a minute. Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motorcars here in Rogers, Minnesota, suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to talk about an absolutely beautiful 1956 Ford Sunliner convertible. Now you're going to want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we'll do a cold start. You'll hear the motor, how it purrs. We'll have a nice walk around, give you more of the details of all the highlights of the car, and all that stuff will be all available. Now you can click on the link in our description and you can get all this information as well, and or you can get all the information of all of our cars at www.ellingsonmotorcars.com. So if you're looking to see something from all the way back in the 20s and up to the 70s and beyond, we have over 100 cars currently in inventory, and they are all very, very beautiful cars. So take a look and you'll enjoy. But let's give you some of the details of this really, really nice car. I mean, it is just, I have to admit, it's a 56 Ford is one of my favorites. I mean, do we all have favorites? Yes, we all do. But out of the 50s, this has to be one of those that ranks really, really high on my list. Like I said, beautiful color combination for this car from 1956, sunset coral and colonial white. I love the way it's divided out with this chrome spear that goes all the way down and then zips to the back. Now you always remember a 1955 Sunliner or a 55 Ford in general, the trim on the back is real narrow, where on the 56 it's a lot wider. So that's a quick, easy way to tell the difference between these two cars. Now this car came, of course, with a very reliable Ford 292 V8 engine, and they even added power steering to this car, which is really one of those nice accessories that many of the 50s cars did not have in its time. So you got the 292 4-barrel, so you got a little performance with the dual exhaust out the back. Take a look at how nice that chrome is in the back as well. Really, really nice. But yeah, it is just one of those cars that it just has some great highlights. The chrome is always in all the right places. Again, all these cars in the 50s have some kind of a jet airplane or rocket ship or something on the hood ornaments or on the spears. They all wanted to make the cars look like they were in motion even though they were sitting still. Now this car has a very unique set of bumper guardettes, if you will, the big ones that go all the way across. I am not quite certain if they were trying to push people out of the way or whatever, but it's really neat to have that on the front and the back as well. Take a look at it. Also has the upgraded wire hubcaps, the full hubcaps with the red insert Ford emblems in there. It says Ford. The wide white walls, of course, are very appropriate for 1956. Very, very nice. No, if you take a look at all the details, this car has been completely redone. It is very nice. Everything has been done. It's got beautiful, beautiful paint. It's got the right hubcaps. You can go to the inside of the car and you can see it is also very correct for a 1956 Ford Sunliner. Does have a few interesting options, I will have to admit. It's got the dual outside mirrors. It has a padded dash. Oh boy, is that a wonderful invention for this time, because many of us people who were born in this era, you know, we all have little scars, nicks on our foreheads or faces someplace when we inadvertently hit the dash when mom or dad hit the brakes perhaps a little too hard. Seat belts. What's a seat belt? Nobody was thinking seat belts. But in 1956, it was something that you could actually get on a Ford if you decided to order it. As with all cars in this era, everything was an option. When you went to the dealership, you had to check off what you wanted, and that's how some of these cars came with some really nice options because people took their time and knew what they wanted to order. My grandfather was a perfect example. He bought a new car every 2 years, and in that 2-year time frame, when he was bringing the car in to trade in, had low miles, absolutely perfectly taken care of, and there were people at the dealership in that small town that were waiting for Frank Stroop to bring in his car because everyone wanted his car. So it was kind of a neat deal. This car does, by the way, actually have front seat belts in it as well. This also will point out, of course, being it's a convertible, power top. Another very, very nice feature for this particular car. It's got what's nice also, it has not been modified in any way when you look at the dash. I mean, it still has its original AM radio in place. All the controls are original. Speedometer is still correct. Steering wheel, very nice condition as well. Big steering wheels, even though you have power steering, but it's just that was what they had in those days, because a lot of people didn't order the power steering. Now, as I mentioned, it does have a power top, white vinyl top. Beautiful boot on this car. I don't believe I've hardly ever seen, it's kind of a custom one. It's more of a fabric canvas type boot, which is really, really nice, and it matches the car exceptionally well. Now, you can find all our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram as well. Give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate it, and you will find all the information on this car, our current inventory, and many of the cars we've had in the past. So not only did they get the V8 motor, they got power steering, they got the beautiful interior, they got the padded dash, they got the power top. It has one other feature that many cars of this era, it was an option, was the Continental Kit. Another nice feature, just kind of sets this car apart from the average one that you see going down the road. In this day and age, in 1956, this was a pretty special car. I mean, if you had one of these, you were kind of the cat's meow in the neighborhood. Absolutely. But yeah, look how nice the chrome work and the stainless down the side. Look at it, even has skirts. Now, some people like skirts, some people don't, but this happens to have them. I think it complements this car very, very well. And of course, the rear antenna on the back was another one of those things that they did. This car even has blue dot taillights. I did happen to catch that when I walked around to the back. So, if you're looking for one of these kind of cars, we'd love to have you come down. Many of you are like me, want to come down in person, touch, feel, look at all the details. Vent windows. Ooh, I liked vent windows as a kid because Mom and Dad were smokers, and they could open these and the smoke would mostly go out of the car, so you weren't suffocating in the back seat as kids. Couldn't complain. Kids were to be seen and not heard back in those era, and I know that very well. So yeah, you can come on down to visit us and come and take a look at this car in person. We're open Monday through Friday from 10 until 5, Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So if you're looking to complement your Ford collection with a really, really nice Sunliner convertible, we have a stellar example right here. Or maybe it's your first old car. It's got all those nice features that you can enjoy the car. You can jump in it, turn the key, drive it. It is automatic, so anyone can jump in it, even if you weren't adverse to driving a 3 on the tree. But there are many of us that don't do that, or many younger people don't know how to drive a stick. But this is an automatic, so piece of cake with that power steering too. So come on down, take a look at this and many of our other beautiful Ford cars we have in the stock. We also have lots of others, but this happens to be one of my favorite 56 Fords, is one of them. And we thank you for visiting today, and we are going to see you next time in one of our other videos.